Justice League Dark issue 1, James Tynion the fourth, writing of Alvaro Martinez on the art. So obviously this is the big number 1 that we're getting on time. Justice League Odyssey coming much later, and this is of course the magic side of the DCU, led by Wonder Woman. This is very much the okay, who's on the team. I mean, the team's not really formed quite by the end necessarily, but obviously we're closer to it by the end.
We see most of the main players.
Roll call.
Yeah, it's a roll call. There you go. And basically, the gist of this issue is that magic is messed up. Ever since No Justice, ever since the Tree of Wonder specifically, is causing chaos with the magic world, and magic's not working. Zatanna's trying to do a magic show, and she ends up nearly killing the audience with tentacles coming out of the hat instead of the bunny. Well, the bunny comes out half dead.
The bunny comes out dead.
Yes, comes out dripping blood. And then it's like, okay, Wonder Woman tries to recruit her. Zatanna says, no, I'm not just Sleeger. Deal with it. And she goes to a meeting
Ain't my thing.
with all the magic-y, villainy people. Constantine's there for a bit. Does Constantine things. Easily the worst part of the issue. And
Piss off.
No, I agree.
oh yes, Matt. Yes.
I'm not.
No,
I
there's nothing wrong with it.
You know how Pete feels about Guy. That's how I feel about Constantine.
He's not even wearing his trench coat this time. He's suave. He's in a nice jacket and shirt.
If I had a dope trench coat like Constantine, yeah, I would never stop wearing it.
So at NBC, Wonder Woman's at the Oblivion bar with Bobo, Detective Chimp, and just sort of airing her woes.
Proprietor now.
Yeah. And Tracy 13 is there just to basically give him a rough time. And
what's his new title? I've forgotten now.
oh god, let me get to that page then. I suppose
She
we're doing
calls
that.
him Nightmaster.
Nightmaster.
Yeah. And the figures expecting them weren't expecting a chimp, and were upset by that revelation. But at NBC, that Wonder Woman's already got Kirk Langstrom, Man-Bat, working under the Hall of Justice on all these weird dead bodies. Which, by the way, so Connor knows this especially. You know this to a point, Matt. I'm not a big magic guy, typically, right?
No.
But when it can kind of work for me is when it veers into horror, because that's when I like the unknown mystery of it, right? And I have to admit, the first half of this issue, I wasn't feeling as much, because it was, Magic's acting wonky, and Constantine's there, because
Magic's broken.
Yeah. But it's when she walks into that room. I mean, I like Man-Bat, don't get me wrong. Man-Bat with his like bat head but in the lab coat is working for me.
I love how excited he is.
Oh, he's so excited. Yeah. And I love how Chimp's there for the audience to be like, wait, he's a Batman villain. Why is he here? Just to give you that connection.
And why does he just have a bat head? What is wrong? What has gone wrong with him?
New serum.
Yeah.
He wants to keep his batness, but he wants to have his all his mind there to do his work.
Which I don't understand, but you know what, Kirk, do what you need to do, man.
It looks cool. It's comic books, Matt. It's just that's the reason.
He looks so. I don't know, when he first pops in and he's like, "Oh, you found another member." He's so excited, and the bat head really shows that off.
Do you know what he looks like? Actually, he looks like the henchman from Basil the Great Mouse Detective. If you remember Ratican, played by Vincent Price, his henchman is the bat with the peg leg. That's what he looks like. There you go.
Like him, isn't it?
Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just getting sheltered memories.
As much as I enjoy Zatanna in Wonder Woman, I think Langstrom was my favorite part of the book, just because
I agree.
Like Pete said, the enthusiasm and how he's like, nah, science always has the answer.
He's a bat in a lab coat.
You know, because he's
what's not to love?
He's the guy. Yeah, he's the guy that became half man, half bat because of science. No magic there. So,
which I actually kind of.
My favorite part is definitely the Magic Council, but whatever.
But whatever.
But you know those characters. I don't care. Like I saw Felix Faust, and I was like, all right, whatever. Where's Neron?
Clarion was there. Obviously, Swamp Thing popped up, and Zatanna goes to see Swamp Thing about why he was spying on the meeting.
Alan Moore in plant form.
Yes.
Oh
he does
right.
look like
Okay.
Alan Moore, doesn't he? I know he was based on Zakk Wylde, but he looks like Alan Moore.
But no, they could say that it's Zakk Wylde all they want, but that dude, that's Alan Moore.
It is Alan Moore, yeah.
I mean, Alan Moore is basically Swamp Thing in real life, so why the hell not? I mean, at this point,
Swamp Thing is not that grumpy.
The point I was going to make is that what I like about this team, actually looking at it as a whole, is that there's only actually one or two people who are straight up magic related. Like, I like that there's a scientist. I like that Detective Chimp is just a detective. He's not magic based. He's not science based. He's just he deduces. He's a detective. You know,
Swamp
Kirk's
Thing straddles that line.
he straddles the lines.
Yeah.
Zatanna's the full on magic person. Wonder Woman's kind of in feet in two worlds as well because of the mythology she's from. But
Yeah,
they're all
I did like her speech about like, no, why am I not allowed magic? Look at all this shit in my story.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Well, it makes sense. You know?
no, but I'm just saying, I love the idea that like it's a mix of different people from different backgrounds tackling this one magic problem. Whereas typically a Justice League Dark will be all the straight up magic characters for the most part, right?
Yeah. So I know Connor probably read it. Pete probably didn't. But did you guys read Demon Knights during the New 52?
Yes. Book
It was
so
along.
good.
Yeah, it was along the same lines where like they straddled that line of magic users, but it was also set during fantasy, so you could do it a little easier. But I'm getting Demon Knight vibe already.
Yeah.
from
That
this
was
one issue.
Paul Cornell, wasn't it?
Yep, Cornell started it, and then I can't remember who finished it.
No, I'm not sure.
Um,
That was a
but-
great little book.
it was a lot of fun, but because they weren't, it wasn't like the Shadow Pack. I could never get into the Shadow Pack stuff because they were just outside of Detective Chimp. They were all magic-y people.
Yeah.
You had Fate there. You had
I like the
the
mix.
Wizard and all this stuff.
So anyway, to swing this all the way back around to a point I was making earlier, is that when they walk into that, like, the morgue they've got
The
down
morgue.
there, and we see the dead bodies that have been affected by magic, they're like straight up like Lovecraftian, like cosmic horror looking like victims. Even there's one later on when they all start reacting. One is a straight up, the mouth from Alien, the Geiger,
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
coming out the mouth.
I was also looking that some of them look also like the Thing from Carpenter's version.
Oh yeah,
the
sure,
weird
absolutely.
Tendrils and like if
Like
the
this
head just got up and
mess
started
of
walking
things.
away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the idea of the head, like, if the idea of the head's split and there's all this flesh between the two halves of the head. I'm pretty sure there's someone like that. That's very the Thing.
Yeah.
So, real quick, let's talk about Zatara and how Constantine accidentally lit him on fire during a séance.
Yes, Connor, explain this part.
Accidentally.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you want me to say about it? Constantine just does shit, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, like you
There's,
would
there's a
think-
reason they don't let him into their meetings anymore.
But you would think he just wouldn't like cavalierly just show up to the daughter of the guy he set aflame and be like, "Oh yeah, my bad. Sorry about your dad." Like I don't know. He's
Yeah.
He's treating it like a whoopsie daisy. It's a whoopsie daisy to him.
yeah.
I like it.
Anyways,
I
Baron
mean,
Waters
he
got
is
put
aware
to the
though.
front door.
He's aware he's being a dick. He says, "That was pretty insensitive of me." So he knows that was a shitty thing.
Nah, he's too smug about it.
Yeah, but he has a smirk on his face as he's saying
He
it.
does, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Go on,
He's a dick,
forgive
that's
me.
why I like.
I'm too charming not to forgive, even though I killed your dad.
Who's the world's greatest magician now? Not your dad, because he's on fire. That's what that smile says. So,
Matt is well versed in smile reading,
So-
apparently.
yeah, so also there's a dragon skeleton, and if we don't get a big old dragon by the end of this, I'm gonna be very upset of this first arc. Because that's Chekhov's dragon skeleton,
I mean, actually,
right?
correct me if I'm wrong, but given that we're going into this crossover in October, I mean, that's still technically part of this first arc, right? Essentially, this must be the prelude to that.
And
Yeah.
it depends if it's a shorter first arc than we're thinking.
I mean, I guess if it's only 3 issues, I guess then fair enough. But I'm thinking of the trade
It
though.
wouldn't be. No, I agree. But a 3 issues plus, that would be what, 5 issues for that story.
And that makes sense.
It's a slightly bigger trade than average, but that first Flash trade was like 9.
So
I
we
mean,
agree that the trade would have to be like the 5 of the crossover plus the first 3, right?
Yeah.
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 I think that's plausible.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah. We also Swamp Thing. Why he's into this is because the Tree of Wonder, like it's not part of the green,
Yeah, it's messing
but
with
he
these.
can communicate with it.
Yeah, it's messing with his ecology, and there's a message
Yep.
from the tree that comes to Zatanna in the form of her burning father, just to rub salt in the wind here further, and teases a bunch of stuff. Says that one of the team is going to be the maybe the savior, but could more likely be the demise of the civilization of the planet and everything in it. So that's fun. But of course the tease that I was looking forward to, because I remember him Tynion teasing this on Twitter, and this is where I got really excited for the book, was the tease of the Upside Down Man, who is
That's what I'm looking up right now.
Yeah, proper creepy horror, and you just get a little tease of it here. He's coming later. And then this is when all the bodies are waking up and being all like the Thing and Geiger-esque, and Man-Bat goes full Man-Bat. Zatanna and Swamp Thing show up to help, and it's like, okay, it's time. Like so they're all kind of together now.
And
so
sounds like we're seeing Dr. Fate next issue,
It does,
judging by the next time.
Yeah,
thing.
Fate holds the answers is the next time thing. Yeah.
I know Tynion said we'd be seeing the newer Dr. Fate, the younger one from the DCU stuff. But I assume that we'll be seeing one of the older ones, whoever it is right now. I think it's Kent Nelson at the minute.
Yes.
I don't know.
I remember. Yeah, I think it's Kent Nelson.
I think that's who was in Blue Beetle, from what I recall.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
So, no, it was pretty good.
So,
I'm into it. I might able just set it up. Martinez doing good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. That page on fire is particularly gorgeous.
Yeah.
I have to admit, like, that stuff's good, but that's very showy to me. Whereas I actually really love the shadows. I love the dark, like, just the opening stuff on the stage with Zatanna and the spotlight, and everything's really sort of concealed. I like that a lot. That's my kind of thing.
I like the Swamp Thing stuff because like the tendrils go through, like pages and whatnot.
Yeah.
iPad's flipping out. I'm only hitting every other page now. This is great.
I will say, who do you think it is that requests so many double page spreads? Do you think it's in the art, or do you think Tynion just likes writing them in? Because
I think
following
Tynion.
detective, it's just seems to be his thing.
Well,
Although, funnily
and
enough,
it's kind of an economy of space too, because you can do like I don't feel like there's less story or less panels even.
oh sure,
It's the way that they're laid out. So that tells me that's on the page. It's not so much the artist working it in.
Yeah.
well, that's the weird thing. Like, I almost think that you could almost argue the opposite. That if it was bigger panels and it was more of a big like spread because they want to use the 2 pages to show the big images, I would say that's on the page because it's written that way. Whereas because there's so many panels in these 2 page layouts, it's like, well, that could have been written as 2 regular pages, and then Martinez went, hey, I can just put all this information,
smush them together.
Yeah.
Because like on the first double pit, is it the first? Hold on, let me go through.
First one's with Wonder Woman and Zatanna on the stage.
Okay, no, the one with in the Oblivion Bar, because you got that panel that stretches all the way across.
Yeah.
That's almost splits the page.
They do that on the first one as well, where there's the one panel on the top that goes all the way across, and then the rest is
because
sequential.
Martinez was one of the regular artists on Detective as well, so I mean it could be like a pair thing. It could have just been them together, like, hey, let's do more double page layouts. Any final thoughts before I ask for ratings?
No,
excellent.
I'm excited. I think that the only problem is that I have to wait a full month for more.
This is true, which makes me think that Tynion. Well, I know he's helping with the League of Doom stuff, but I wonder if when that's done, if he'll be on another book as well. If they're setting him up for a book number 2, especially if this is only a single, because he was doing a double for a long time.
He was, yeah.
So there you go. So ratings then, Connor.
Yeah, I loved it as a 9.
Oh, Matt.
I didn't love it as much, but I still loved it. 8.5.
I didn't expect me to be the lowest. Solid 8 for me, which I'm still quite positive on it. 8 is great. It is great.